Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I actually want to do a little bit of a discussion talk, kind of talking about a pet peeve I've always had in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Quote unquote, I guess you could say. And this is something that I have experienced multiple times, throughout the years playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But I would love to hear your feedback on funny stories and just have you experienced this as well. And that is backseat dueling. And you're going to say, what the heck is backseat dueling? What do you mean? Well, kind of somebody that's, doing backseat driving. They're telling you how to drive properly. They're saying you're doing this wrong and that wrong, even though you're driving perfectly fine. Duelists do the same thing. And sometimes we do it and we don't even know we're doing it. I have done this multiple times. Backseat dueling pretty much is when you literally are like, oh, you should make this move, dude. Oh, you should do that. Dude, why'd you not do that move? You should have done it. Oh, why'd you not do this? Why'd you not do that? Now, it's one thing. I will give it. It's one thing if you're learning a deck, how to play it, how to properly do basic combos, things of that nature. But it gets very annoying when you've had people who are you've played this deck 1,000 times and people are like, oh dude, why you mess up? Why'd you do that? Oh my gosh. It happens a lot more. And it's a pet peeve of mine. I don't, dislike it. I appreciate it a lot of times, especially if I'm learning a deck and this person has said, a lot more experience than I do. But it can get very annoying. And I think we do it all the time. It happens quite often at locals, not so much at regionals or at YCS levels, because you really can't, I've known people at local levels to say, dude, you had this card, why'd you not do anything? And the opponent's like, oh, thank you for telling me they have that card now. Well, if you do that at a regionals or a YCS, that's that's a DQ there, most likely, good sir. But at locals, it does happen from time to time. It slips out, I've learned. But backseat dueling, I just don't think is a cool thing to do. And we see this even not just in real life, guys. Like, we think, oh, backseat dueling, it's just a real life thing where you're having fun with your buddies and you're saying, dude, why'd you not do that? Well, dude, you're so beep beep beep, why'd you not do this, man? Why'd you not make this combo, that play? But it happens a lot online too. People, I have experienced this too multiple times, where you will see a lot of times people it's kind of crazy. If somebody knows the deck more than yourself, they will tell you how to play the deck. And we see backseat dueling a lot too, anytime we watch a deck video. And anytime we watch a duel. Especially when we're watching a duel. What do I mean by this? What do you mean, Seto, by watching a duel people are performing backseat dueling? Now, you may ask, why is that? Well, what are they doing exactly? Well, it's pretty straightforward. How many duel videos have you watched where somebody makes a misplay? They may still win the duel, and the comment section is full of things saying they made a wrong play even though they won the duel in the match. It happens a lot. Like, that's one of the reasons I don't do a lot of videos anymore on duels, because it happens quite often. I think even Team APS talked about this. Paul talked about this in a recent video a couple months ago about that. That's why they don't post as many duel videos, because people comment everything on them. It's kind of funny. But if you go to any random duel video by a large YouTuber, you'll see people saying, why did he not do this combo? He should have done that combo. Oh, he should have done this. He should have done that. And, hindsight can be a thing too. At the time, you may be thinking different things. At the time, you may not know, the situation. That happens a lot, and I think backseat dueling, while it can be productive if you're learning a deck, it can be not a good thing. A, because you can get DQ'd if you're playing a legit event, but B, also because it can get very annoying. And that's why it's a big pet peeve of mine, because it happens more than actually, I think, and people don't really talk about it that much because it's part of Yu-Gi-Oh's culture. Oh, you're playing with your buddies. Oh, you're doing this and that. And it's been instances. It's not limited to any arguments or to angriness, but it's just like, oh, dude, I've played this deck for 5 years. It's Gravekeepers. I know what I'm doing. Pass, Necro Valley, set 4, done. I gotcha. Turn 1, we're good. Like how does someone backseat an Exodia deck profile? An Exodia duel. Oh, dude, you didn't draw enough cards. You didn't draw Exodia. You should do this, 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 this. You should have done this card, then that card, and then that would have stacked the deck, and then... I'd love to see somebody backseat an Exodia a duel where you're just drawing a bunch of cards to get to Exodia. That would be hilarious, actually. I take that back. That would be a backseat dueling commentary I would love to see. But beside the point, what I'm trying to say, guys, is I'm trying to give you some examples here of backseat dueling. It happens a lot in different parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! It happens, with when you're dueling with your buddies. It happens online. I mean, just look at any dueling comment section. And the thing people I don't think that's a little bit different actually even is people don't understand the situation of that duel perhaps. If I'm playing deck, I may know what's in my deck and I may do a certain interaction to draw to a certain card so I can get to this play, right? And I may know something about their deck, right? I may know they run X cards in their deck. That's a tech option, and that's why I did this, because I believe that this could, maybe they set that card, maybe it's this counter trap, maybe it's, you don't know. And I think people, that's one thing people don't understand when they comment on some duel videos, which is, it's not annoying, but it's just kind of, you're like, yeah, you didn't know that he had this in his deck, but even though you didn't see it in the duel, but I knew that. So those are options of backseat dueling. Some people, I had this conversation, and the reason this video even got made was because I was actually having a conversation with a buddy of mine, and my friend of mine, he's been known to do a lot of backseat dueling, quote unquote, and I was like, dude, you do a lot of that all the time. Why is that? He's like, oh, I'm trying to help out. I'm like, dude, I've played this deck for 10 years. You taught me how to play this 10 years ago. I know how to play this deck, man. I know. I gotcha. You're good. You're Gucci. Thank you, though. But it gets annoying after 10 years. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, it does. I wasn't angry at him. We were fine. We were just laughing. But, yeah, it happens a lot. And it's good, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I think a lot of duelists out there don't know they do it. That's one reason I wanted to bring this up. I would love to hear your feedback. Actually, are you somebody that does this unknowingly? Because I think a lot of duelists out there do this unknowingly. I think sometimes it does come from a place of like, hey, I want to help you out. I want to help you become a better duelist. Because I think one of the things that people, if you're trying to build a Yu-Gi-Oh community, if you're trying to get better at the game, you want competent players, and giving feedback is so important in this game of Yu-Gi-Oh, be it through deck building, be it through deck construction. And I think sometimes while we try to do that, it may come from a good place, it can sometimes, after repetitions, after saying something 1,000 times, get very annoying. Which, yeah, it happens. It happens with a lot of players out there. You also, and one thing I will mention is, and this is what I was alluding to a little bit earlier, is backseat dueling can also spread over into deck profiles. When people, like, you don't know the deck, and this is a topic for a different video, but I think I wanted to mention this a little bit too, is when you're building a deck profile, I'm building said deck for a certain reason. I may be playing against something different than you are. I may be trying to make it for locals or regionals, make it more competitive. You may be trying to do X, Y, and Z with that deck, and just because it's trying to go in that direction doesn't mean that it's a bad build and your suggestion's bad, but I'm trying to take it in this direction. Now, granted, correct, that goes into constructive criticism, and like I said, that's not really backseat dueling, but wanted to mention that because some people may say, hey, is that a form of backseat dueling? So I want you to mention that as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it was a very interesting topic. I think this is something, like I said, A, people don't really think they do it, but they do it. B, some people get annoyed by it, some people don't. I think it's perfectly fine, but it can get annoying after, you constantly jump on your buddy for, dude, you're doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Don't spread those negative vibes, man. Do not spread them in this game of Yu-Gi-Oh, okay? Unless you're trying to spread the crush card virus. And I mean like Eradicator because you're playing against spellbooks virus. That type of thing. That's okay. But don't spread bad vibes in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Believe in the Moki Moki. Okay? I'm being weird here at the end because it's 11 o'clock at night. But hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And until next time, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Do not backseat duel unless you are asked to because you're trying to teach. Take care, everybody. Good luck dueling to all of you.